Like searches, mobile marketing can also help lead consumers to retailers. Mobile marketing is any marketing communication using a mobile device that has wireless access. So, such as cell phones, tablets, music devices, e-readers, etc. Let's look at 3 different forms of mobile marketing, starting with applications marketing. With applications marketing, companies advertise on a popular app, or they can team up with one to offer consumers an interactive experience, or they can create their own custom app. For example, Foursquare, a location-based social networking website, and American Express teamed up in a campaign where consumers received a discount on their bill if they checked in at a store using the Foursquare app and then charged a purchase with their American Express card. Alternatively, a company may create its own custom app. For example, Time Warner Cable's mobile app lets users watch TV live, check listings, and set DVR recordings remotely. QR codes. QR stands for a quick response code, right? QR codes are two-dimensional matrix box barcodes read by mobile devices. So, for example, Southwest Airlines offers an electronic QR boarding pass as an alternative to a paper one. SMS marketing. SMS stands for Short Message Service. SMS marketing uses text messages to reach consumers. For example, Procter & Gamble reached parents in the Philippines by texting them baby care tips. As an incentive to allow the text to keep coming, parents could earn points toward baby-related merchandise and enter contests. Internet advertising also helps to direct consumers to e-tailers. So let's look at 5 of these. Starting with banner ads. Banner ads appear on content websites. Websites that function to collect stories, commentary, videos, and images, as opposed to e-tailing websites. Content websites. Banner ads are strip-like ads that run across the top of a website page. So I've put ours on the bottom here. Hopefully you recognize this from our website. It's up at the top. Of course, I'd be blocking part of it with my picture, so I put it on the bottom for you. The click-through rate of banner ads is generally quite low now, averaging across sites as 1 click-through per 1,000. Because the more people become accustomed to them, the more they appear to ignore them. Skyscraper ads, also known as sidebar ads, are like banner ads but run vertically down the side of a website page rather than across the top. So here you've got an example one. These ads are generally more effective than banner ads because they are more difficult to ignore with scrolling. They have a current click-through rate of 10 per 1,000. A pop-up ad appears in its own window when a website is opened, obscuring the overall website. A pop-under ad appears in its own window after a user closes the overall website. And a floating ad appears when a user loads the overall website by flying over the page. Pop-ups and floaters are quite effective at grabbing consumers' attention and have higher click-through rates than banners or skyscrapers because they are hard to ignore. But they also tend to irritate consumers, right? Yeah, because they cover content and must be moved or closed to proceed. An interstitial ad is a full page or pop-up, graphic, animated, audio and/or video ad that appears and plays on the screen before the user can view the intended website. A superstitial ad is the same, except it loads in the background and waits to play until the user attempts to move to the next website. And finally, in-stream ads display a television-like commercial before, during, or after the intended video content. YouTube is an example of a site that often streams ads before intended video content. TED Talks is an example of one that streams them after. Hulu television viewing is an example of a site that streams them before, during, and after their TV show episodes.